What's up? All right, so we are starting our day off with a nice 32-ounce egg white and oat breakfast. Now, as you guys know, what I do is always cook those egg whites and I just blend them. For me, that's the way to go. Use a straw today. But we're going to have a good day. We're going in, we're hitting the chest. And per usual, it's either going to be dumbbell or it's going to be barbell. I think what I'm going to do today is more than likely going to be dumbbells. It's just what I'm feeling, so that's what we're going to go in and do. I'm going to bring you guys along for the ride. I'm running a little bit behind here, and I forgot to go get chicken this weekend, which is a huge pain because, as you guys know, and I've talked about, I only do grocery shopping, if you want to call it that, every 3 months. So when I go out and I'm ready to make my meals, I always have pre-cooked chicken, frozen, tagged, and bagged, and ready to rock and roll. So unfortunately, I'm down to my last bag. That's one thing, but at least, hey, I've got a buffer. I'm good to go, so I don't have to worry about too much. Get that done. I had to go in. I'm thawing some out right now, and I'm going to blend up my shakes for the day. Today's going to be a carb day, so per usual, 6 ounces of chicken, 10 grams of rice each meal. So we're going to have 3 of those. That's all going to go in the blender. We're going to go like this, and then we're going to have 3 shakes ready to rock and roll. Now, today's a little different because I'm not going to be home. I got to go see some family, see some friends. So it's going to be a little bit of a different kind of day, which means I need to prep in advance. So meals 5 and 6, I'm also going to have to prep when I get back from the gym. But because we're running on a tight schedule today, we're going to have to cut this one a little bit short. Without further ado, I got to kick this sumbitch back, and we're going to have an amazing day today.
Bring the band in.
Going on, guys, and we're back. So today I actually decided kind of on a whim that I think I'm going to head over to Planet Fitness, which I haven't gone to in a really long time. So I'm actually pretty excited to head over here. I think it's a nice way to mix things up. For the past, I don't know, what's it been? Probably 2 months, somewhere around there. I think the only gym that I've gone to has been Rockstar. So I think today we're going to go over to Planet Fitness, which is kind of dope because Planet Fitness has recently added some new machines, which are pretty cool, especially for chest, because it's like a hammer strength unilateral chest press machine. So I'm pretty excited about that. And we're going to go in, we're going to hit that puppy. That's going to be kind of our main movement, along with heavy Smith machine incline presses. And we're going to hit that. All right, so that's what we're kind of looking at in terms of the place we're going and the workout we're going to hit. I'm hoping these people don't give me a hard time for filming, you know, because it is Planet Fitness, right? And that's kind of like what Planet Fitness tends to do, is just give you a hard time just because. We're going to start off with the unilateral hammer strength press, and then from there, we're going to transition over into incline Smith press, and then we're going to get an incline hammer strength press in, and then we're going to cap things off with a nice fly movement, more than likely going to be going in the direction of cables or pec deck, whatever, whatever I'm feeling. And that's pretty much all there is to it, man. Super simple, super easy, and pretty damn efficient. We're going to be the same thing we always do, 3-minute rest periods in between the heavy movements, 1-minute rest period between the ancillary exercises, and we're going to get out, just like we're fucking a fat bitch. I'm bad. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. Anyways, diet's going decent. Ended up having a couple drinks last night, which isn't really like me. I'm not a big drinker, but I did. And that's something that needs to be factored in because a lot of people don't realize there's 7 calories per gram of alcohol. All right. Now, we're not drinking pure alcohol, sure. But if you see like a can of, I don't know, a White Claw, for example, and that White Claw has, I don't know, 100 calories. Well, has 100 calories, yes, but the alcohol content within it is concentrated at a volume of 7 calories per gram. So if you think that you're going to save on calories, maybe, but if your goal is to get a buzz or, whatever you're into, then you're going to inevitably have to consume the same volume of alcohol, which has the direct same caloric density. Just saying. So if you're going to go out and drink, I highly recommend you don't. Very frequently, and if you do, limit yourself to maybe 2 drinks. And if you do have 2 drinks, remember the fact that when you do that, the calories in there are so unbelievably concentrated, y'all. just like I said, compare that to fat, which is 9 calories per gram. I mean, we're talking almost as calorically dense as that, which is the most calorically. It's like unleaded gasoline. You know what I'm saying? Versus protein and carbohydrates, which are 4 calories per gram. So you're shizzling. You got to figure out what you want to do. Budget for it. You can budget. It's a lot easier to budget if you're using like diet sodas as mixers, and then you're using a very straightforward alcohol, whether it's a vodka, whether it's a tequila, or whatever. You can account for that very easily. It's very controllable. When you start getting all these gimmick drinks and all these different, tasty businesses with 5 ingredients or anything like that, it gets more and more difficult, borderline impossible to actually track your caloric consumption. So if you're trying to account for that when you're on a caloric deficit, it's basically needs to be avoided. It just does. So if you're not going to go out and avoid it, whatever, just be smart about it and understand you might have to pull back the food that day to be able to accommodate the alcohol that you're consuming. Is it really worth it? Chances are probably not. Just saying, probably not. But hey, who am I? Who am I to judge? Okay, to each their own, whatever it is you want to go out and do. But understand that you're probably going to inhibit your progress in some way, shape, or form. And even if it is a couple drinks, those 2 drinks could be 400 calories. And if you're in a 500 calorie per day deficit, right? And that's what you accounted for. So based upon your baseline caloric consumption rate to maintain your same body weight, you deduce 500 from that. That 500 extrapolated over the course of a week equates to a 3,500 calorie deficit. Then you essentially just inhibited that. Think about it. Your accounting in your plan accounts for a 500 calorie deficit, and you just consumed 300, 400. That's taking a hit. You're not going to lose a pound that week if that's how you structured it. So just keep that in mind, y'all. This is no joke. You got to figure out what you're trying to do and understand that even these small little trivial things, these little tiny tidbits will have an impact on you, whether you even recognize it or not. They just simply will. So be mindful, be smart, and make good decisions. I personally have never been a big fan of alcohol, so it's relatively easy for me to say, hey, go out and don't drink. But the fact of the matter is just real simple. Most people are going to go out there and they're going to drink. That's just kind of like what people do socially. Situations like that, man, things get a little bit tricky. Another situation that's super tricky, this one always cracks me up, because I've been that guy that brings a cooler to the family events, been the guy that brings it to the birthday parties. People invite me over, and oftentimes people, as a good gesture, right, it's just part of our culture, we want to feed people. Well, if I go over to your house, you try to feed me, depending on the time of the year, I'm probably not going to eat your food. And people don't like that, man. People get so offended. You're like, what? You won't, as if you're personally insulting them. Nah, yo. I'm not by any means insulting you. Trust me, bro. I want to eat your shit. But unfortunately, I got to drink my chicken shakes. Or I'll bring my own food. And people hate that, man. It's so funny to me. People hate it. They get so offended. Hey, man, you want to come over for a barbecue? Yeah, dude, I'm not coming there for the food. I'm coming there to kick it with you. Let's have some good conversation. Let's kick it. Let's mix it. Let's do it how he does it and have a good time. But, man, when you turn someone's food down, it's just like a personal insult. I'm not insulting y'all. I promise. I'm just trying to practice what I preach here and stay on point. I was thinking the other day about how I could optimize my own productivity, my own workflow, because I've had 2 people now try to tell me that I'm working stupid. They don't say it directly like that, but they'll say it in a roundabout way that, hey, you're working too hard and that you need to work smarter. But yet nobody can really expand upon what that means, funny enough. Hey, man, you're working, I feel like you can work smarter, or they'll have an idea. This girl I'm friends with had this idea where she starts telling me, hey, I'm going to take a post and I'm going to put all this time into this single reel, and I'm going to try to go viral by having my friends, incentivizing my friends to share it. That's great. Good for you. I hope it works. I really do. But when it comes to content creation, could you go viral? Sure. People have gone viral with the stupidest videos. My goal is not to go viral. If that happens, cool. But my goal is to purely be value add. My goal is to build RTB. That's what I'm here to represent. That's what I'm here to do. Build this brand, transition over to consumer packaged goods, create the brand awareness, have sponsored athletes, and grow. And one viral video is going to be a one and done. It's going to be a one-hit wonder. You know what I mean? You've got that song that everybody knows, and everybody knows you for it. but that's all you've got. Unless you're like the Catch Me Outside girl or the Huck Tour girl. Both of those two girls were genius with what they did to capitalize on being a one-hit wonder. Now, us guys, we can't really start an OnlyFans and, become millionaires. So what do we got to do? We got to do something different, man. We don't have it easy like that. We just can't pull out our tits, give them a little shake, and get thousands of views. It just doesn't work that way for us, man. So we got to work, right? We got to work hard. We got to go for volume, and over time, you'll get better. But if you aspire to do anything like this, where you want to go out and you want to create content, I highly recommend that you do so. And I said this in a prior video, where content creation is king. And content creation these days is how you go about building a brand. The only alternative is to spend tens of thousands of dollars on your marketing campaigns. And in order to do that, you're going to need, startup cap. In order to do that, you're going to need at least 40 to 50 grand to invest. And your marketing campaigns are only as good as the material within. Well, if you're going to do something like that, you need to make sure that the content that you're putting out is going to be solid enough to the point where people are going to be compelled to click on whatever it is that you're putting out. It's going to resonate, it's going to create an allure, and it's going to captivate the audience. So you also need to hire a marketing agency on it, typically, to do that. There's been a couple people like Ty Lopez who do that video in his garage, with the Ferraris in the background. But the dude had Ferraris in the background, right? So those objects kind of bridge the gap. If you don't have a Ferrari in your garage, I don't know what to tell you. You're going to have to go the long route. But good news is we just pulled up to the gym. We're going good old Planet Fitness today. They say that the judgment-free zone, so hopefully, again, nobody gives me shit about filming in there. But I'm going to bring you all on for the ride. And what we're going to do right before we head in is we're going to smash this peach vibe. I love these Celsius energy drinks, man. They're good. And they give you a nice kick. They give you a good little pick-me-up. So we're going to do that and call it the Zebra today. I like it, right? A little pizzazz. So we're going to strap these puppies on. We're going to see what we can do. And, the cool thing about going to a new gym that you might not even think about is the fact that you're using different pieces of equipment, which are going to tax the body in a different way. And when you mix things up, you can sometimes spark new synthesis, which is always a good thing, right? Don't get too caught up. Don't stray from the basics, though. Your squat, your bench, your dead, your overhead, your bench over row, all that stuff. Don't from the basic compounds, right? Because that's really important. But get a little new stimulus in there. Do a little something. You know what I mean? You feel me? You pick it up and put it down? You hear me knocking? Shit, come on, man. Let your boy in. All right? It's too damn hot out here. It really is, though. All right, so cheers. Let's kick this back. Beautiful day out, I'll tell you that much. All right, time to head in. And we're going to have a great lift today. Today's going to be a great day. And I hope you guys are sticking with the program, all right? Because I'm turnkeying this entire thing for you, showing you exactly what to do. So there's no excuses as to, I don't know how to lose weight. I don't know how to lose muscle. Shut the fuck up and follow your boy, all right? So let's get it. I'll tell you guys something. Every time I come to Planet Fitness, this is the main reason why I never go to these gyms. Man, so like right now, as an example, there are 6 Smith machines and like one of these little chest press movements. Every single one is taken. That's why I prefer to go to small little boutique underground gyms, because when you do that, most of the shit's not taken, and you can actually get in and get out. I got one Smith machine that's open, but I don't even know if the dude's done using it, and I don't want to go in and hijack it on his ass. But I don't know, we're gonna have to sit here and wait, which is unfortunate, especially, if you're trying to get in. I'm not saying that like I'm entitled or anything like that, but man, what a pain in the ass when you're sitting here wondering and waiting. But I'm gonna give this dude 10 seconds. If he doesn't come back, taking over. And then we're gonna get this workout on the road, and hopefully we can snag that unilateral hammer strength chest press machine after that, and then we get this thing moving. But looks like he's not coming back. So we're gonna head over and see the bitch. For this right here, I'm gonna start off at 135, do probably like 20 reps. And then we'll move over to 225, and then we'll kind of work our way up from there, right? So without further ado, let's get this bitch on the road. Gotta tighten up those feeble wrists, boy. So let's get back at it. So we're gonna take a quick breather. We're gonna shoot for like 2 more reps. We might have to get the front delts involved on this one, right? So it's okay to cheat at the end, but just not during the main sets. If you're cheating the whole time, the weight's too heavy. Okay, so let's pull it out. All right, so overall, I'd say it was a pretty decent chest day. Unfortunately, we didn't get to use that machine that I actually came here for, funny enough. And I probably should have just went to Rockstar, but either way, we got it in, we got it done pretty quickly because we didn't take 2 3-minute exercise rest periods. That's a terrible way of wording that. 2 exercises that require 3-minute rest periods each. So I would have done that with that hammer press machine, but unfortunately, was able to save a little bit of time because I just stayed on that hammer unilateral, like fixed machine, whatever you want to call it. But overall, I'd say it was a win. It was a success. At the end of the day, man, like I always say, don't overcomplicate shit. Just get in, pick a muscle, tear it down. I don't care what you do, just tear it down. Keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate things. And if you want to do a particular movement and you can't, who gives a shit? So I'm gonna go back home and take a wild guess what I'm gonna eat. Just take a guess. Yep, chicken shake. God damn it. 6 ounces of chicken, 100 grams of rice, and 1 bell pepper. And then we're gonna go do some things, do some stuff, and have a good night. But if you made it this far, hopefully this helped you. Hopefully this gets your ass in the gym and makes you feel more comfortable being yourself in your own skin, because at the end of the day, that's the whole reason why we're doing this. If you feel good, and when you walk into a room, you feel like a Lamborghini pulling into that room. No fear, no worries, pure confidence. I want that for every single one of you out there, okay? You can go out and you could buy something to put on your external, right? You can go out, you can buy a fancy shirt, you can buy a fancy watch, you can buy fancy shoes, you can drop 10 G's on a goddamn outfit, okay? But there's one thing that you cannot buy, right? And that's looking good and feeling good about yourself, right? So when Joe Schmo that doesn't give a shit walks into a room, he could have $10,000 worth of, or even more, $50,000 worth of shit dripping off his ass, right? But I'm gonna tell you something. When I walk in a fucking room, a goddamn Bugatti just pulled in. I want you to feel the same way. I'm out this.